Hey everyone, David Lee here with CoachDavidLee.com, coming at you with a little lunchtime Periscope here. But I wanted to get out a topic on what's stopping you from creating content from your blog. Hey Lulu, welcome on. Thanks for jumping on. Definitely share this out, get some people on here. So this topic kind of came up I'm running a survey right now on my website for an online course that I'm working on creating, and it's basically, the course is going to be on sort of a beginner's guide to help people take their home business online and to help them, whether they're just getting it started online and you don't yet have a website or a blog, or maybe you do have a website or a blog but you just don't know what the heck to do with it. You're just kind of wondering, what kind of content do I create? Who am I writing for? How do I promote it? Stuff like that. So the course is really going to cover all that, and I'm really going to take people step by step on what I've done to grow my businesses online. So I'm running a survey, and it's at CoachDavidLee.com/survey. And one of my questions is, what's stopping you from growing your home business online? And some of the people who've taken the survey are also freelance writers and editors and designers, because that's kind of my background. But it's kind of funny because some of the same stuff they're saying is also some of the same responses that I've been getting from other home business owners and direct sellers and network marketers. And it's really kind of two common things. Number one, they're not exactly sure what type of content to create. Like, how do I create the content? And number two, it's how do I turn the leads, or the people that are coming to my site, how do I turn them into customers, clients, or business partners? Okay, so those are the two kind of most common things that are coming up. So I wanted to do this scope on what's stopping you from creating the content for your website or blog. And from what I found, one of the top reasons that stops people is that, number one, they feel like they don't have enough good ideas, or they feel like they don't have enough stuff to create, like material. Okay, so a few quick ways to around that problem is, stop and think about and pay attention to the questions that people ask you about your business or about your product or service or whatever it is. And when you get those questions, write them down and then go develop some content around that. Shoot a short video with your phone. Write a blog post. Do both. If you like audio, create a podcast. Just do a recording of it, all right, and just save it as an audio file. So that's really has been my number one way to create that type of content, is to go out there and just paying attention to the questions people are asking and the problems that they're having. Okay, the perceived problems that they're having, and just create content around that. But kind of the secret weapon with that is, at least with me, has been to write it down as soon as I get that idea. Okay, so that way you capture it somewhere so you don't forget it, and then you can go back to it and develop it later. Okay, so start doing that and start kind of getting in that mindset and that habit, and I promise you're going to start developing a really good list of great content ideas for your online business. And you're going to have a bank of ideas that you can always go back to and develop them later. Okay, but the key thing is to capture them right then and to write them down somewhere. Whether you find other people asking them online, on comments, on message boards and forums, on groups like Facebook groups and things, and that way you can take that, capture it, and create the content around it later. The other thing that I've been seeing is that people, especially people that don't have a writing background. You know, I have a writing and editing background, but I'm not the best writer. I mean, I'm just not. You know, at my core, I'm more of a managing editor. I'm more of a promotions person. You know, overall communications, if that makes sense. That's what I like. I've worked with a lot of writers that are a lot better than I am, but I can write. You know, I'm if given the right topic. But so even for me, I've got to sort of understand that no matter what I do, it's not going to be perfect. Okay, so you're going to have to get to the point to where you trust in just the process. Okay, trust in the process to teach you. So if you're apprehensive about creating content and you're worried about it being good or perfect, or if people are going to like it or think it sucks, just get it out there, okay? If you have an expertise on something, and if you've got something that you're going to share, that you feel like you need to share with other people, and you can bring them some value, then get it out there, okay? Don't let that stop you feeling like you've got to get it perfect. Because I promise you, the people that you're looking at that are doing it better than you are, they were once a lot worse at it. But you've got to just trust in the process to learn along the way. You know, one of my mentors in our company, you know, he always says that doubt will take you out of action, but action will take you out of doubt. And that's absolutely true. You know, taking action is where you're going to learn. Getting out there and just doing it and learning as you go and learning from others that do it better than you do and that have been there before. So, and the other thing that I've seen, and the last thing, is really people coming up with a schedule, or to make their content intentional. And again, whether that's a video for your website or blog, whether that's blog posts, audio, whatever. So make it intentional. And that might be a certain time of day for you. A lot of people like to write, you know, in the morning. You know, they get their coffee and they sit down and create some content before the day's distractions get in the way. You know, I've got 4 kids, so, you know, throughout the day, stuff comes up, right? You know, there's all kinds of stuff that comes up. Stuff you got to take care of, chores, cleaning up after the kids, all that type of stuff. So a lot of people like to, you know, when their mind is most clear, create that content then. Another huge tip, turn your phone off. Put it on silent. Get it away from you, okay? Eliminate the distractions. Don't bounce around from thing to thing. If you're sitting down to crank out a blog post, you know, number one, it should be short. And number two, just crank it out. You know, get out there and do it. But just work on that one thing at that one time. Okay, that stops a lot of people because they're constantly bouncing around from thing to thing, from project to project. You know, I've read several books and listened to some speakers that actually, you know, study the way your brain works. And they said the human brain actually cannot, you know, do the multiple tasks at one time. You might jump from task to task and call that multitasking, but your brain can only focus on one thing at one time. So whenever you block out that time, sit down and actually do it. Crank out whatever you're working on at that one time. Okay, have an intense focus on one thing, and I promise you, you'll surprise yourself at how productive you can be when you do that. Especially when it comes to creating your content. So don't let those things stop you. Get out there and do it. Hope those tips helped. Definitely stop by my blog for more tips at CoachDavidLee.com. And if you've got a blog, if you're looking at creating content for your site, especially writing, definitely get my free ebook up there. You can sign in to get it. We'll email it to you. You can download it, totally free. And it's really just 6 secrets that I've used throughout my career and that I've learned from other writers to really just, you know, what I titled it is go from a blog beginner to a master in a week. These are 6 secrets that anybody can use. And you can get that at CoachDavidLee.com/ebook too. So hope that helped, and definitely get in contact with me if you have any other questions, any way I can help you. Get on my website and drop some tips of your own. I would love to learn, you know, just stuff that has worked for you as well. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video. If you're catching this on the replay, I really appreciate it, and share it out if you got some value from it. Bye.